Yeah, I'll tell you a story that sort of defines my pace and my values. I was running the largest swimwear company in the world, which had 15 brands, including Speedo and Calvin Klein and all the brands for Walmart, Target, mass brands and all the way up to Bergdorf Goodman and the pro brands of and I was in the middle of this massive transformation there where we were getting rid of our own factory. And so we were getting rid of a few thousand people. And when I say getting rid of, I don't mean that. I mean laying
Right,
off. The
right.
factory
Right.
base we were transferring to a different organization. But there were a lot of people within my employ. There were about 200 people under my employ that their jobs were no longer needed. And it's always horrible to do any kind of layoff. But we were in the middle of this giant restructure, and we had, I was got diagnosed with breast cancer, and I talked to my doctor, and he said, we'd like you to start chemo right away, and you have a very aggressive form of breast cancer, which I did. I had triple negative, which was the most deadly kind,
Mm.
and I said, well, let me ask you a question. Can I have 3 weeks or will I die? And he said,
Mhm.
no, you can have 3 weeks, but I wouldn't put it off much longer than that. And I said, okay, because I'm in this restructure and I did not want to leave my people to do all of this work, which is awful work, by themselves without any leadership through it. And so Monday and Tuesday, we laid off the folks, and I was in almost every meeting because I require myself to do that personally as much as I can. Then Wednesday, I told my team I had cancer, and Thursday, I went into chemo. So, rough week. And but that was sort of deciding, okay, what are my parameters here? And most people would have gone into chemo the next day knowing that their life was at stake. But I just felt like I had to get my team through this. And then we'd be okay because they were so strong if I was in and out for the next, let's say, 6 months or so, and which I was.